I'm Ashley.
I'm Kirsten.
And this is the I Love My Job show. This show will give you insight on potential careers.
I hope you enjoy. Hello, this is the Kirsten and Ashley I Love My Job show. I'm Kirsten, and today our guest is Dr. Kelly, one of the QCSD student psychologists. How are you today, Dr. Kelly?
I'm doing fine, thanks.
We wanted to ask you a few questions. First, could you please explain your job and what you do on a daily basis?
Okay, yeah, I'm a school psychologist, and I work at 2 elementary schools and a middle school here in Quakertown. I mainly work with children from kindergarten up through 8th grade, doing a lot of evaluations of kids that may have learning disabilities or kids with behavioral difficulties or maybe some mental health difficulties. And so we try to get them some help and support in school. We try to identify that as early as possible so we can get them some services that they need. And I work with teachers to try to help them help out kids, and I work with parents as well, and as administrators.
What made you want to become a school psychologist?
Well, a lot of people in my family are psychologists, so I wanted to be a psychologist, sort of like them, because I saw that they like to help people. Although they work with adults, and I really didn't want to work with adults. I wanted to work with kids, you know. I have a sister that works with veterans, you know, that came back from military, from war, you know, and had post-traumatic stress disorder. But I wanted to work with kids, you know, to kind of have an impact at a young age. And the kids are a lot of fun, and I get to watch them grow up, and I get to know their families, so it's been real enjoyable.
What schooling did your job require?
Well, after high school, I went to school and got a degree in psychology, an undergraduate degree in psychology, and then I went back to school to get a master's degree. That took about 3 years. And most school psychologists stop there, so it's about 3 years after your bachelor degree, and you do a full internship for an entire year under another psychologist, and you get a certification. But I went on and got a PhD in psychology as well, because I thought I might be interested in private practice or teaching at a university. So I followed up with that. That was another 4 or 5 years of school. Yeah.
I understand that you started the SAP program here at QCSD. And what is that, and why did you start it?
Well, I didn't personally start it, but I've been involved with the Student Assistance Program in the past. The Student Assistance Program helps kids who are kind of having a hard time, and helps families that are having a hard time get hooked up with mental health services or drug and alcohol counseling outside of school. Because sometimes if kids have mental health difficulties or may be involved in drug and alcohol issues, their schoolwork might be suffering, and outside of school, you know, their relationship with their parents and friends might be suffering. So we try to bring in some outside services to help kids and families get some help.
How do you know you have performed successfully?
That's a good question. Hopefully I see that kids are getting better academically, or maybe their behavior's improving, or families will come to me and report that things have gotten better if I've hooked them up with outside services. Sometimes we see, sometimes it takes a long time to see change, you know, so a year or two we may not see very many differences, but over the course of many years, you do. And so that's nice if I see somebody in kindergarten or first grade, and then I see them many years later in 6th, 7th, or 8th grade, sometimes you can see some good changes, and that's what we're going for.
What do you like best about your job, and why?
My favorite part of the job is working with the kids and the families, you know, and getting to know them, you know, and I get to know their brothers and sisters, and that's great. Most psychologists that work in a private practice see kids for like 6 or 8 weeks and never see them again, you know. Yeah, and or psychologists that work in hospitals, maybe to only see people for a short period of time while they're hospitalized and then they leave. The good thing about my job is I get to see kids day in and day out for years on end. I get to watch them grow up. And I really enjoy that.
To whom would you recommend this job?
Anybody that loves kids, anybody that kind of wants to make a difference with kids and families. If you like education, it's got a great combination for people that are interested in teaching and also interested in counseling and psychology. So it's a combination of that.
What do you do when you're not in school, and with whom?
Outside of school, I enjoy music, so I attend a lot of music festivals. I'm a huge sports fan, so I've been watching a lot of the baseball series. I'm a New York Mets fan, so I've been doing that. So I spend a lot of time on sports and on music. and spending time with my family.
Thank you for joining us and taking your time to answer our questions.
Okay, absolutely, no problem.